Welcome to the Rooted Phoenix. I am Estrella Phoenix, and on this channel, we use our spiritual tools to help heal, transform, and to guide us to our abundant path. Thank you so much for being here. Today is Venus Day, so we're going to be exploring what are some relationship patterns that needs to end in order for us to get rooted in healthier connections. I am so excited about this reading. So let's go ahead and let's light some Palo Santo incense. And that way we can get ready to clear our hearts and minds to get ready for this reading. So we are asking the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, our spirit guides, ancestors, higher self, our guardian angels and archangels to come through with a clear and accurate message for us today. So Friday is Venus Day, and all Fridays. So Venus Day is Fridays, and on Venus Day, think about love, relationships, beauty, all those things that's encompassing relationships and stuff. So that's why I wanted to do this reading today. So I do have my Neuro Feminine Tarot deck, and I am also going to be pulling cards from Love Vibes Oracles today. Okay. And if we need any clarifiers, that's what the tarot is for. And if I do have a love message oracle over here off to the side. So if I do need to pull anything from that deck, I will. All right, guys. So let's get started. We're going to roll this through here. We're going to also clear this energy. All right. So Spirit, give us clear and accurate messages for the people that will be clicking on this video that is ready to end toxic patterns of any sort. Does not have to be romantic. Can be family patterns that are not healthy, friends, work, whatever. There are unhealthy connections in our lives. We want a clear and accurate message to help us move away from that energy. I'm looking for one more card. There we go. Okay. This is a general reading for the collective. So you take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Okay. So the first one is the same page. We got commitment issues. We have afraid to love. And we have living the dream. Okay. So one thing I like about these cards, they already have the meaning, so I don't have to read anything from the book. So the same page, you want the same thing and you're both showing up accordingly. You're aligned emotionally and energetically. Okay. Commitment issues. Someone here is afraid to fully commit, whether they admit it or not. Emotional walls are high and avoidance is running the show. Okay. Afraid to love. It's natural to guard your heart, but remember, every leap of faith is a chance for a beautiful landing. And in the last position, we got living the dream. Living the dream isn't a solo gig. Every day feels like the best plot twist when you're with the one you love. All right. So very different energies all the way across the board. So let's start with the first one with the same page. So when I think about the same page, you want to make sure that the people that are around you are what Martin used to say back in the day, we here. Now, somebody on here might be too young, but check out Martin TV series, because when he used to talk to his girlfriend Gina or his friends, his way of letting them know that I understand you, I feel you, me and you are one-on-one, we are on the same page. He loves to say, we here. We here, and so you want somebody that can be in your life that can also be here. You want to break the patterns where you are the one that's always trying to make the connection, or you're always the one that's trying to fix things. So if you have anybody that's in your life where you're the one who's always trying to fix whatever is wrong, you're always trying to make sure that everybody is here on the same page, but nobody wants to put in that same energy, that's the patterns that you need to release. You need to release those patterns where you're the one that's always trying to organize and get everything together, whether that's in a relationship, whether this person right here does not want to work on the relationship and you're the one that's showing up for the relationship all the time, or if it's in family where you're always the one that's trying to get everybody together, you're trying to get everybody organized. You're the one that does that. Even at work, you are the one that is trying to get everybody together, trying to get everybody as a team to be on the same page. But at times, it is really taxing on you. It really is, because it seems like you don't have that safe place. You're always the one that is having to gather somebody together. And that's what I'm feeling. And you're just going to have to set those boundaries where people also understand that you are not just the person that always fixes everything, like Olivia Pope and Scandal. You're not the one that always have to fix things. That other people that are in your relationships, that comes in community with you, however way that is, they also have to contribute to this relationship. And so you can't be always the one that's fixing everything. And you want people to show up for you as well. You want people to also show up the way you show up for everybody else. You want people to also show up for you. I feel like you are emotionally intelligent. You bring an energy that is electrifying. People are naturally drawn to you. People are naturally drawn to what you have to say. But at the same time, that is very energy draining for you. It's very energy draining for you. You have to learn how to set healthy boundaries. So that is what I'm seeing for the first pile when it comes to what patterns that is ready to move away from you so that you can be your healthier version and make healthy connections. There's nothing wrong with wanting a harmony, because that's what I feel like. I feel like you're a harmony person. You're a 10 of cups type of person where you got the harmony, you got the rainbows, and everybody is happy. But I also want other people around you to also contribute to that harmony and that happiness. If that makes sense, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so commitment issues. So if you got people around you that, it's kind of like the same page one. If you got people around you that are afraid to show up for you, especially, I feel like this one is more romantic. Because you got people that are not willing to show up for you, whether that's currently in a relationship. And again, I feel romantically, but it doesn't have to be. But I feel like you need people that are going to commit to you just like you commit to them. You are the one that you're always going out of your way to make sure that people are comfortable, that make people know that you have their back. But who is showing you that they got your back? And I feel like if you do have any emotional outbursts, which I was saying about, I feel like this person is emotionally intelligent, but I feel like if you do have any emotional outbursts, it's because you are lacking that feeling that you're not alone. You're not the only one in this thing. And whatever that thing is, I feel like a lot of times you feel alone in it, whether that's in a romantic relationship, with family, friends, co-workers, whatever. I feel like nobody is giving that level of commitment that you give, whatever it is that you bring to the table. Again, I feel like with this same page card, it goes along with this commitment issues card, because I feel like there are people that look for you for all of these different things to align them and get them together. But then you got people that don't want to give that same level of love, respect, and also just loyalty. Nobody wants to fully commit to helping you. And so again, just like the same page. I think that there's just have to be healthy boundaries set where you're just like, hey, look, I love you. If it's romantic, family, even if it's really close friends, I love you, but I have to take time for me to make sure that I'm good. You know, the self care. I feel like you may be lacking self care because you're always somewhere helping somebody else. And you could be a water sign. You know, water signs, we do have a lot of emotional, we're nurturing. So that could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So, and I'm really feeling Cancer ruled by the moon. So if this resonates with your sign, just let me know. You don't have to be, but just what I felt, what I was feeling with the emotional side of it. So I just want you to know that you are worthy of people being aligned with you, committing to you, making sure that you know that you are important in their life and they're not flighty. You deserve that. You really do. You deserve that. Okay, so afraid to love, again, having people around you that is on purpose, no, purposely guarding their heart and guarding their feelings, but yet they want you to commit. They want you to be on the same page with them, but yet they do not want to take the leap of faith to commit to you. They are afraid, and that's not your problem. That's not your problem. Now, the flip side of this is, are you dealing with people that have caused you in the past to not trust now in the future? That's another negative pattern that you would need to get rid of. So this is on the flip side of this, not just having people that you're having to show all the love to, but have you had people in the past that has hurt you so much that you are afraid to love? And maybe this is you. You are the one that is afraid to love. You are the one that are scared to make the commitment. Okay. Because it could go either way. It could go either way. Either you're the one that's trying to bring love together, you're the one that's trying to make sure everybody feels comfortable, everybody's on the same page, everybody feels love, but you may not be the one that feel like it's being reciprocated. But on the flip side, again, are you the one that is afraid to love because you've gone through so many bad relationships? So, and when I say relationships, again, this is not just romantic. You could have bad relationships in your family. That's very common. You could have bad relationships in your friend group, even at work. Okay. So what are the things that has got you in a chokehold where it's hard for you to trust, to be on the same page, and to commit to different things that has come up in relationships because you have been burned? You have been burned. So in that case, the negative pattern that you need to get rid of so that you are making sure that you are connecting with the healthier version of yourself is to forgive. The first word that came to me is to forgive. Before, I was saying about setting healthy boundaries. If you are the one that's always giving, but if you're the one that's afraid to give because of what you've gone through, it's time for forgiveness. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive the people that are in this situation or was in that situation that has caused you to harden your heart. You see the lock on the heart? That means that if you don't have the key, you're not getting in. And I got a feeling that you don't give this key out. Like you're holding this key to your bosom. And so I feel like it's time for forgiveness. And I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but this is a common thing that people says, that forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you to be able to move on. And I feel like you owe yourself forgiveness at this time because you have done a lot. Either you've the one that's doing it, trying to show people that you're committed, show people that you are not afraid to love, show people that you're on the same page, that you want everybody to be on the same page, or you're the one that got burned and now you're not the committed one. You're not the one that wants to be on the same page because you're scared of the things you've already been through. So again, either you're needing to set healthy boundaries if you're the other side of this coin, and if you're on this side of the coin where I'm just talking about maybe you're the one with the commitment issues or afraid to love, I would say it's time for forgiveness. It's time for forgiveness. It's time to move on from that situation so that you can attract the right connections, the healthier connections. Because when we are in a low vibrational state, when we are fearful, when we do not trust, we are attracting that type of energy, because the universe does not know the difference in what you want and what you don't want. It only knows what you focus on. So if you are focusing on the things that has happened to you in the past, the negative things that has come into your life, then that's what you're going to continue to attract. I want you to think forgiveness. I want you to think loving thoughts. I want you to think about community and friendship and being around the people that the Most High wants to be in your life. And sometimes you have to cut off the negative people. You got to cut off the toxic energies that is causing you to feel that way, and trust and believe that the people that are meant to be in your life, that are meant to give you that community, that will be on the same page as you, that will love you and not afraid, and will be there to commit to you, or they will be the soft landing place that you will be able to love and commit, and you will want to be on the same page with them. They will give you that, in that community. But sometimes you have to go outside of what you've been knowing, and nothing is wrong with that. You can love people from a distance. When people separate ties or sever ties, most people think that they hate them or they don't like them or whatever. No, you can leave people in peace. That's a part of peace. That's a part of being peaceful. I have an uncle that is very toxic, very negative, and I have zero to do with him. It's not that I don't love him. I love him. He's my uncle. He's my mama's brother. But he has a very toxic energy about him. So I choose not to talk to him because it always goes left. He thinks he's always right. He don't want to hear anybody else's side or their opinion. And so when it comes to that, I just decide that no, my healthy boundary is I'm no longer dealing with that, to protect my peace, to protect my energy. That's what it's for. Not to hurt him, not to be disrespectful to him, because I feel like me not talking to you and not going in like I want to go in on you when we have conversations is me showing grace, mercy, respect, and also showing that same thing to me, that I'm not letting him get into my space and ruin my mind or tear up my day, or as my grandma would say, steal my joy. I'm not allowing that. So I set a healthy boundary. I love him. If he needs me for anything that is really, serious, not just for a regular conversation, because I'm not here for that. But if I hear that he's sick or something like that, I'll be the first one to get on the plane and go to California to check on him. But in the meantime, in between time, I have to set that healthy boundary, period. Okay. Last card is living the dream. The first word it says, living the dream isn't a solo gig. Again, again, if you're the one that's putting in all of the work, again, I feel like this whole reading is about someone either putting in all the work and you need to cut off those negative patterns of people not being there to show up for you, or either on the other end, you have been burned and you're no longer willing to show up for others. This card is saying every day feels like a best plot twist when you're with the one you love. So I feel like you need that love. You need that nurturing. And it may not be romantic. The one thing that the Most High put in us, that we're able to love on so many different levels, so many different ways that we can love, that can be different. The way you love your mom is different than how you love your dad, and how you love your brother, and how you love your uncle, and how you love your romantic partner, and how you love your best friend that you've had since high school, and how you love your friend that you just met a couple of years ago that may not have that long, roots with you. But you love them all in a different way. Even coworkers, you can love some of your coworkers. You may have worked with them for a while, and then you may have new coworkers that you had to train, and you have grown to be fond of them because of their energy. I want you to know that there are people like that, and that you can live that type of dream if that's the dream that you want. But you also have to be able and be willing to disconnect the negative patterns. You know, disconnect those relationship patterns that are no longer healthy, that are no longer a good connection for you. Because if you don't, then you will never be able to live the way that you want to live. You don't want to live solo, and nobody does. But you do have to protect your peace. So that's either healthy boundaries or you having to set up forgiveness. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to deal with them. Forgiveness, again, is so that you are able to move on, right? And setting those boundaries is able for you to be at peace with yourself and not having to always show up for everybody. So let's go ahead and let's look at what the tarot has to say about this reading. So we're asking our spirit guides, our angels, higher self, our spirit team, come through and give us some confirmation tarot cards for this reading. So right now we have the King, the King of Swords. I'm sorry, I thought I saw the Queen, but I forgot these are feminine cards. so that's why I had to do that. So and I just saw that was the Four of Pentacles. It flipped over the other way, but I saw that it's the Four of Pentacles. All right, so Spirit, let's get some more. And I already feel like we are, on the right track just with these two cards, because the King of Swords is all about the authority. This person is very intellectual. They're very intelligent. And I do feel like that this is this person, whether you are the one that's always trying to keep things together, always trying to commit, ready to love, ready for the dreaming, or whether you're someone that has gone through the bad and now you are afraid to love or afraid to get into committed relationships or being on the same page with people. Because of that, I feel like you are the authoritative figure. You have these high standards, and when things doesn't work out for you, everybody feels it, because again, I feel like you're very electrifying. You command a room. Everybody knows when you are in the building. I really do feel that for you. But I also feel like you have these patterns that you need to change. Either you got to stop showing up for everybody that does not reciprocate that same energy, or you have to forgive the ones that have caused you to be that way, right? And even with the Four of Pentacles, she is holding these pentacles for dear life. She is holding these pentacles. And so again, I feel like right now you are trying to hold on. You're trying to hold on. This is the High Priestess. You're trying to hold on the best that you can. And that's why it's coming off like, oh my God, I love these people, or, I was in love with these people and they just done me wrong, or they don't have my back, or I don't feel the same type of energy or the love that I give out or I have given out. I just don't want to fall over. And so, and I did see the Nine of Pentacles, but it did not want to fall. So I just tell you that even when I saw the Nine of Pentacles, I see you as somebody that has their things together. You have it together. You have your emotions together. You are very down to earth. But I feel like you have been taken advantage of. Either way, either you were hurt or you have been giving more than what you are able to give. So I'm asking Spirit to give me another card for this Living the Dream card. The High Priestess is here to let you know that, anything that you are uncertain about, use your intuition. The High Priestess is here to let you know that if you are uncertain for anything, use your intuition, but also that the veil will come down and you will be able to see people for what they are, because maybe you are someone that see things for how you wanted to see them and not necessarily for how they are. That just came to me. So that can be a very negative pattern as well. And so we do have the Temperance in the last position. So again, I was telling you that you give off that peace, harmony. You give off the person that wants things to be together. You like to pour into people, but I just want to make sure that people are also pouring into you, and that you are able to receive it, even if you were the one that has been through a hard time. I want you to be able to receive that love when you see it, or help you to recognize when they are not full of crap. Because I think that you lack, the discernment now, because I feel like you have given so much of yourself that now you may not trust yourself. So that's why I was saying that you need to go in with your intuition, because again, you are the harmony. And I think I said it earlier in the reading that I was seeing the 10 of cups, where you see the rainbow and you see a couple hugging each other and you see the kids playing. So I see that you are a family person. You are a person that loves community. And that's what I was feeling for you. And with the Temperance card, it's like my confirmation of saying that. But I also feel like you have to listen to your inner voice with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is here to let you know that you are very intuitive. And I feel like, again, you could be a water sign. Water signs are very intuitive in the zodiac. And I feel like you need to tap into that. And I don't know why I'm getting Cancer energy, but you don't have to be. But I feel like you just need to tap into that energy so that you will feel whole again when it comes to using your discernment, where you're not second guessing yourself in your decisions. I feel like somebody has really been doing that lately. And you got to trust your intuition. You really do. You got to trust your intuition. So I'm asking Spirit for the final card to end this reading. What is the final card that you want to give the people that are going to look at this video? What is the final negative pattern that you want them to get rid of? So the Empress came out. This is the nurturing. This is the nurturing side of you. In this picture, she looks like she's pregnant. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, she's sitting on a throne with a bunch of flowers and all that kind of stuff. And she also looks like she's pregnant. That doesn't mean that you have to be. That doesn't mean that you are going to be. What it means is it represents the nurturing side of you that I was saying earlier in the reading. You can't water everybody else's soil and yours wither. You can't. You also can't allow past things to rob you of your future right now. That's something else that's come to me. You got to be willing to give people a fair shot. But also, this comes in with the intuition and the discernment that just popped into my mind. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. You are too busy giving people the benefit of the doubt. And that's why I think you feel like your discernment is off and you're no longer trusting your intuition with the High Priestess showing up. You have got to see people for who they are and not who you want them to be, because we can't change people. And I feel like you don't have to lose your nurturing side. Just don't nurture the ones that don't deserve it. And and the day is Venus Day, and this is a Venus card. This is a Venus energy right here. And I just feel like really and truly, you are a great person. You are, I told you, you that girl, you that guy. But you got to let go of things that are no longer serving you. The negative patterns, the people that are taking and not giving, or the people that has took from you and now you are afraid to give. You have to get rid of that. You have to trust your intuition again. You have to use your discernment when there are new people arriving in your life. Everybody don't deserve access to you. That came to me too. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. Okay, everybody don't deserve to breathe your air. I've always said this, it is a privilege to be in people's lives. People think that because, okay, we're related, I have automatic access to you. No, you don't. I am my own person. Now, you might have had that access when maybe if you're my parent and you raised me and I had to live in your home, or you maybe somebody may have felt like that on a job, that you work for me and I own you type of thing. But no. Don't ever get lost in that sauce. You don't have to be around anybody if you don't want to be around them, period. You can set healthy boundaries. Again, nobody has to be in your life that you don't want to be in your life. You do not automatically have to give them access just because family, friends, co-workers, whatever. You do your job. You don't even have to speak to anybody if they're going to steal your joy. I would. It's a girl that's on my chart right now. It's a whole story, but I don't even work in the same city as her. I got transferred because me and my husband, we moved to a different town. We've been here now a year. And so I work totally opposite of their campus. Even though I'm with their team, I got a transfer. But she still will find a way to irk me. She gonna find a way to irk me at least once a month. So when you know you're dealing with people like that, just go ahead and just do whatever to get them out of your face and then get them out of your hair. What they say, sometimes you have to go along to get along. Not saying that you have to be a pushover. It's more or less choosing the battles that you want to fight, using your intuition and your discernment. And again, with the temperance, don't let anybody steal your joy, steal your peace, because you can live the dream. And that's what the temperance card is here to tell us, that you are that person that can live the dream that you want, the dream relationships, romantic, family, friends, co-workers, anybody that you come into community with. I feel like you can live that dream. You can live in peace and harmony. And you are that divine feminine energy. That doesn't mean that you are a woman. If you're looking at this, you just have a nurturing side of yourself. And that's when we see that. So you are that nurturing divine feminine energy. Even if you are the king of swords, right? You have both sides. There's duality. There's hot, cold, there's bad, there's good. There's feminine, there's masculine. Everything, there is two sides, right? That's why I had to show this reading from both perspectives, from somebody that's giving too much and not receiving, and from somebody that has gave too much and now you are afraid to give anymore. All right. So those are the two opposite ends of that spectrum. Again, don't allow anybody to steal this nurturing side from you. Just know who deserves it and who doesn't by using your intuition and using your discernment, because those snakes will be revealed. And also, again, when somebody show you who they are, remember that the first time and trust it the first time. Don't let somebody have to keep reminding you that they're not for you. Actions speak louder than words. I don't care what somebody say. Somebody can say they love you, but if their actions show differently, then don't ignore those signs. Do not ignore those signs, because you cannot fake action. You can't fake action. You can make it say whatever you want it to say. You can. You can say that the sky is purple. The sky's not purple. Literally, you can say that the moon is green. See how you can make the mouth say anything? You can make the mouth say anything that you want, but the action is it's not green. The action is the sky is not purple. That's the action. Okay. So I want you to use that discernment and trust when you see negative things, negative characteristics that show up, because people can only be a representative for so long before their real person show up. Believe them. Believe whatever it is that you see, because it will not fail you. That it will not fail you. Just always go with your intuition and use your discernment. It's time to move on from that. Move on to some healthier patterns where you are going to attract healthy people, healthy versions. And on the bottom of the deck, we got the World card. Even more confirmation. This brings this whole reading full circle with the World card. Again, harmony, peace, fulfillment. So you are definitely can live the dream. All right. Not going to beat this horse anymore. I really do appreciate you being here with me today. And if this reading touched you in any kind of way, resonated in any kind of way, please consider being a subscriber to the channel over here at the Rooted Phoenix. We're all about healing and transformation so that we can get on our abundant path. Also, guys, make sure you leave me a comment. This is a brand new channel, so I am working, trying to get my first 50 subscribers today. And I really do appreciate you being here on Venus Day with me. I'm going to say the benediction. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Thank you again. Peace and blessings.